Rich Mullins writing from 1994. This is called Three Things For. From Proverbs 30, verse 18 and 19. There are three things that are too amazing for me, four that I do not understand. The way of an eagle in the sky, the way of a snake on a rock, the way of a ship on the high seas, and the way of a man with a maiden. Rich writes, I may have liked the sayings of Agur when I was a kid because they got in at the end of the book of Proverbs, like third string players get in for a few seconds in the fourth quarter of a game that's already safe or unsalvageable. Solomon pretty much dominates the first 22 and a half chapters. The anonymous wise get the next 7.5, and then Agur gets one, and finally Lemuel. Lemuel concentrates on wine and women. Agur focuses on song. Proverbs 30 and 24 through 28. Four things on earth are small, yet they are extremely wise. Ants are creatures of little strength, yet they store up their food in the summer. Conies are creatures of little power, yet they make their home in the crags. Locusts have no kings, yet they go forth in ranks. A lizard can be caught in the hand, and yet it is found in kings' palaces. I might have liked Agur because he had such an ugly name. Few people really like their own names. Not many of us have as much reason to hate it as did Agur. Most people dislike their names much like they dislike their nose or ears or eyebrows. It's pretty much just a symptom of adolescent self-content. I just think that no matter how uninitiated his ego may have been, he may likely have wanted a more flattering name, at least one maybe one slightly less appalling. And Proverbs 30, verse 7 and 9. And two things I ask for you, O Lord. Do not refuse me before I die. Keep falsehood from my lips. Give me neither poverty nor riches, but give me my daily bread. Otherwise, I might have too much and disown you and say, who's the Lord? Or I may steal, I may become poor and steal and so dishonor the name of God. And of course he came to terms with it. Given his sense of wonder and his practical approach to prayer, he didn't apparently fuss over religiosity. There's nothing fancy in what he asked of God. He may have gone a little overboard with requests, considering that he says he's asking 2 favors and ends up asking for 5. But I suspect that God took into account his spirit instead of checking his math. Agur might have snuck the answer to his prayer into his very request. A guy with this bad math may have no idea how much he had or didn't have, but he may not have known that he was poor or wealthy. He knew only enough to ask God to be involved, to in fact be the focus of his life and the source of his security, the object of his desires. It's so amazing what you can find tucked away in these much overlooked books of the Bible. It's amazing what shines. It's amazing what shines through that sometimes this. It's amazing what shines through the sometimes supposed cracks. It's wonderful what a third string, nearly unknown guy with an ugly name and a poorly developed sense of math might have to say. Don't stop reading. Don't stop listening. There are many things that are too amazing for all of us. Many more that empower us beyond what we can understand.
The Jordan's waiting for me to cross through. My heart is itching, I can tell. So Lord, I'm begging for one last favor from you. Here's my heart, take it where you will. This life has shown me how we're mended and how we're torn. Now it's okay to be lonely as long as you're free. Sometimes my ground was stony and sometimes covered up with thorns, but only you could make it what it had to be. Now that it's done, or if they dress me like a pauper, or if they dine me like a prince, if they laid me with my father, or if my ashes scattered on the wind, I don't care. When I leave, I wanna go out like Elijah. The whirlwind to fuel my chariot on fire. When I look back on the stars, it'll be like a candlelight in Central Park. And it won't break my heart to say goodbye. There's people been friendly, but they never be a friend. Sometimes this has bent me to the ground. But now that this is all ending, I wanna hear some music once again. Is this the finest thing that I have ever found? The Jordan is waiting, though I ain't ever seen the other side. Say you can't take in the things you have here. So on the road to salvation, I stick out my thumb and he gives me a ride. And this music is already falling on my ears. Well, there's people been talking, say they're worried about my soul. I'm here to tell you I keep rocking till I'm sure it's my time to roll. And when I do, when I leave, I wanna go out like Elijah. With the whirlwind to fuel my chariot on fire. When I look back on the stars, it'll be like a candlelight in Central Park. It won't break my heart to say goodbye. When I leave, I wanna go out like Elijah. With the whirlwind to fuel my chariot on fire. When I look back on the stars, it'll be like a candlelight in Central Park. And it won't break my heart to say goodbye.